Subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss another update from India Forums.
After enchanting us with her simplicity yet fierceness in the film Padmavat, followed by her stellar performance in Tiger Zinda Hai, this actress is all set to win our hearts yet again in the most awaited web series Sacred Games 2. It's none other than Anupriya Goenka with us today. Hello
Hi,
Anupriya.
Priyanka.
Hi.
लाइफ हराम हो गई थी सरदार जी, जैसे अब आपकी होने वाली है।
So to begin with, we last saw you in the final call. And now we're going to see you in Sacred Games 2. So first, how was the whole experience of Sacred Games 2?
Very, very nice. I'm really fond of the team. Working with Anurag and Neeraj sir and Neeraj Ghewan and Saif has been an extremely amazing experience. And you know, it's just not the hype that is around the whole series or the way it did so well. The team is extremely close knit, and they work rigorously towards everything and towards attaining perfection. The writing was fantabulous, thanks to Varun, and it's been made very, very well. It's extremely nerve-wracking. So yeah, I'm all excited for it to come out on the 15th of August and to see how everything unravels from there.
Alright, so moving ahead, if you could just share a little glimpse about your character from Sacred Games.
I'm playing Saif's ex-wife. I was mentioned in the first season, if you remember, but we had shot certain scenes and we couldn't retain them because that was a creative choice that they made. This time around, the character is far more elongated. I'm in the graph of the character, and it's an important character that I'm playing. I had great fun working with Saif. He is adorable. He's one of the sweetest celebrities that I know. Very down to earth and very comfortable to work with. And we had some lovely conversations on set. So yeah, it's a very important character, I think, and I'm really excited to see how the audience feels about it and how they respond to it.
Any anecdotes if you would want to share from the shooting?
There's one of the days were extremely long. We started, I think, shooting 7 in the afternoon, and it went on till the next morning 5 a.m. And Saif, on the other hand, had been shooting since morning up till the next day, and he was getting too tired and exhausted, and he kept requesting everyone that, can we please let it be for today? Can we please do it another day? And I found it extremely cute because he's like a child. He would say it and say, no, I will not shoot anymore. Let's not do this, no. And then he will be asking for validation, and everybody will just say that no, we really have to do it. Then he'll sit down and just do the part. But he was extremely cute and adorable. There were no hang-ups of being such a big celebrity and everything. And it was very nice talking to him off camera as well. So those are very little tidbits that I can share.
You know, Saif is known for a ferocious reader. He just is a bundle of knowledge.
Yeah, he is.
So anything on those lines when you guys were not shooting? So was there any time that you were sitting and discussing something intellectual?
I don't know if I'm that intellectual as he is to have any such discussions with him, but no, he is extremely very well read. He's very well aware of everything. He has a very deep sense of not just knowledge, but he's very wise, I felt. So yes, about relationships, about creative processes, about being an artist and how everybody evolves and changes gears. We've had discussions about traveling a little bit, how it is like. I remember once I just come back from London after a month long of shoot, and it was extremely cold while I was there. It was in the month of Jan, and we were shooting in degrees of, I think, 2, 3, maybe 5 degrees of temperature most of the times, and I found it very difficult, and also a little depressing. Thankfully, we were shooting and I was amongst my own people, so it was fine. But otherwise, I too find that part of the city a little depressing sometimes. And Saif said a very interesting thing. He said, when you're in these cold countries, I came back thinking, oh great, I'm from India. We are blessed with this tropical weather, and it's kind of doable the whole year, and we have such a variety of weather. Imagine being in that dull thing for like 6 months at a stretch. So he said a very interesting thing to me. He said, when you're in these cold countries, you need your own people. You need your close ones around you to come back to home for dinner or to have a walk with and come share about your day. Those things are very important. And he just said it right. So he would have these certain things of years of saying things which will be very simple and at least at the same point in time extremely deep.
We also had Temur visiting the sets of
Yes.
Sacred Games. So if you could share something on those, like how was it having him around?
Unfortunately, I was not there. I kept hearing him talk about Temur. He would say that he would talk about Temur's anecdotes about how he'd behave, and he would mimic Temur very cutely. Saif with his own texture of voice. He used to say "Tomala, Tomala," as in mimicking Temur. It was so cute. But no, I missed seeing him. I hope to see him sometime.
All right. So the second season, is it going to be the end of Sacred Games or the climax? 25 दिन में basically क्या होने वाला है कि हमें पता चलेगा इस बार?
आपको definitely पता चलेगा. I'm also hoping. And I do not know whether there will be a third season or not. I hope there will be. The series is definitely very, very popular, and I hope that it carry forward to something else and take the story forward through Sartaj's eyes. But let's see, that's for all of us to wait and watch.
Right. So one thing that we should be looking forward to in Sacred Games 2 this time. The season 1 was a massive hit, and
Pankaj Tripathi and Kalki, I think they are great additions to the cast, and they will bring around a lot of spice and a new texture to the show. I'm very excited about seeing them both, even Ranveer Shori for that matter. I think all these fabulous actors together are going to give a very well-packed entertainment.
So as we will be seeing you as Saif's wife, ex-wife in the series. So of the screens, or one thing that you loved about him and you take back from him.
As in Saif or Sartaj?
Saif Ali Khan, of the screens.
His humbleness. He's so humble, and his humility is extremely adorable, and he's very wise. Plus, he's very enthusiastic about everything he does, even after being around for so long, and he's done so much work. His enthusiasm is just the same about every other shot. There is something extremely comfortable about his presence. So that is something I took back. To be able, and he's extremely erudite, so proper. Like, I remember the first time I met Saif, that was in season 1 when we were shooting for something, and he was just coming down for it because his shot was downstairs on the road, and I was supposed to be on the window of the apartment and looking at him from upstairs. So we just literally bumped into each other at the intersection around the lift, and he just said, hi, how are you, with lots of enthusiasm and everything. And I said, I'm good, how are you? He would say, I'm good, thank you. Just that thank you took me aback, took me aback for a second, because I was like, wow, I mean, we don't do that anymore. Whenever somebody would ask us that, how are you, we just say, I'm good, and we never really bothered to say thank yous and the welcomes and all of those things. Saif is one of those people who are so proper, and also in a very nice way. And he would introduce himself to everyone. Like, another time when we were shooting, there was this AD who must have just joined, and because Saif was there for obviously the whole season and for much longer duration, he knew everybody on the set. There was this one girl he hadn't seen, and he immediately kind of caught on to her and said that, who are you, what's your name, I'm Saif, and this, that. And that's also something that I noticed, because very often you don't want to be rude, or you don't want to be negligent, but it's just that people are working, and you generally sometimes do not know just everybody. But it's so important, and that was a good learning experience for me, that one should make an effort to meet and talk to everyone on the set and introduce ourselves.
Alright, so now moving ahead to your next project, that is with Tiger and Hrithik. So if you could shed some light on your character from that film.
I can't. I really wish I could talk about it, but at this point in time, I can only say it's an important character, and I had great fun shooting for it.
If you're sharing screen space with Hrithik and Tiger, so something about them, if you would want to share, like how was it working with them?
They are great to work with. They are extremely helpful and very, very diligent about their work. and they make such an adorable team. They are so good together, and Hrithik and Tiger both are very hot, guys. So we had a lot of enigma on the set because of that. So yeah, I mean, they're great. I really can't be talking much. I wish I could, but I cannot at this time.
Okay, then one quality that you liked about Tiger and Hrithik.
Hrithik sir was extremely helpful. He's very encouraging. He would take interest in everything that everyone around him, all the co-actors are doing. He would sometimes give me, suggestions, and he works as a team. Tiger is very sweet. He's very humble, sweet, simple a guy, very soft-spoken, and very diligent. And so it just seems like you're working with your own people who are very similar to what you are. They don't have any hang-ups of being celebrities.
All right. So any other projects that you have in the kitty?
Well, there are a couple of releases right now. There's another one called Asura, which is a series on Voot with Arshad Varsi and Barun Sobti and Riddhi. That's going to be releasing somewhere in August as well, I suppose. It's been directed by Oni Sen. Then, of course, Sacred Games is coming out on August 15th. Then there is Hrithik and Tiger movie via production, which is coming out. And there is something that I'm going to start shooting in August. So I think that will be another thing that I'm working on. But that's still getting slated.
So we will also be seeing you in another web series named Asura, where you'll be sharing screen space with Barun Sobti. So if you could tell something about that character, what will we see you as?
So I'm playing Barun's wife. It's a very different concept. It's not something that we've seen before. As the name suggests, Asura. So it's something to do with the demons in all of us. Where how we have a good side and a bad side, and it kind of explores that phenomena of when the dark takes over the good, or the vice versa, when the good retains itself and emerges victorious. But it's been done in a very thriller sort of a fashion, so it's not preachy in tone at the same point in time while it's discussing something that potent. Oni it was a lovely experience to work with him. He's a very, very different director, very calm, composed, and meticulous. But he used to give us so much space while we were working on any scene, and I loved the interaction that used to happen amongst us as a team. Tanveer is a very close friend who's a producer at Ding. He has been extremely hands-on with the whole process of the making of the series, and it was great collaborating with him. Voot this is my first show with Voot, and I find the team very very dynamic. So yeah, it's been a great collaboration. My role is off of Barun's wife. I'm playing a techie, and it's I play somebody who's caught in the whole tumultuous relationship, and is also faced with challenges, and how I help them also kind of work and come to a culmination at the end of the series. So I really, I'm really choosing my words very carefully so that I don't divulge the plot too much. I do not know how much I can say and not, so it's really difficult to be answering these questions. But yeah, it's an important and an exciting character.
Yeah, how was it working with Barun?
Very nice. He's very chilled out. He's like this guy, laid back, chilled out, crazy. I like the way he doesn't bother about keeping his hair in a certain way, or how his shirt is, or how his look is. It's almost like sometimes you feel like telling him that, Barun, it's okay, you're on camera, it's fine to have some sort of vanity in your bones. But he doesn't. And I think that's a very endearing characteristic about him. He's very effortless, as an actor. He just pulls off things. He's very switch on, switch off kind of a person, and I feel that that's the case with him. So yeah, it was nice experience working with him.
So we last saw you in Criminal Justice, and the web series received a massive response all over. So how are the feelings going on with it?
Very good, yeah. I mean, we were just overwhelmed by the response that we got from everyone. There's been so much love that's been showered on us, and I got so many messages from people. I still continue to. The first 2-3 weeks, I think, was completely on my phone, responding to people, sharing stuff, just getting overwhelmed by the by the love that was coming our way. And the great thing is that many people messaged me about not just how they liked my part or my camaraderie with Pankaj sir. That was really appreciated. But also the fact that they binged watched the whole thing. So many people just sat through the entire series and watched it together at one go. That was very, very wonderful, you know, that feeling. And I'm very proud of the series. It's one of the first kind because we haven't done much work in the Indian cinema on lawyers, you know, on things, on subjects related to lawyers. So we got a lot of messages from lawyers per se saying that we've done a good job and we've kind of emulated the entire thing on screen very well, which felt great. And that was my first time working with Tigmanshu sir, with Vishal Pooria, the director, with Jackie sir. He's amazing. I didn't have scenes with him, but at least you know, I met him during promotions with Neeta Vashisht. Also, Vikrant is a great co-actor. I've worked with him before once, and this was our second time together on screen, and he's amazing to work with. But the best part for me was, of course, working with Pankaj sir. I've worked with him earlier once before, but this one was a far elongated experience, and my major part is with him, and our camaraderie really plays a huge role. So it was beautiful to work together, and I learned so much from him. So yeah, it's a very special series for me.
So before we wind up, one last message for your fans.
Well, thank you so much for all the love that you've you know, showered upon me. Thank you for accepting me. Thank you for all your best wishes and encouragement. It means a whole lot, and I really hope that I continue to do good work. Please do feel free to share your opinions about everything that I've done. If you have any insights, any suggestions, anything that you want to talk about with me, please do feel free to DM me. And I hope that you keep continuing to like my work and supporting me. And thank you.
So this was Anupriya Goenka with us, and this is Priyanka Chauhan signing off for now with cameraman Babaji, India Forums, Mumbai.
Hey guys, check out our revamped website at www.indiaforums.com to get your daily dose of entertainment.
Hi, this is Anupriya, and you're watching me on India Forums.